Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Paige, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 5, but I guess just The Flash as a whole. So The Flash has been around for, 5 seasons now, and we already know we'll be around for one more at least with the renewal of the show for Season 6. But in those 5 seasons, we have had heaps of cool moments and stories and characters, but we have also had a decent amount of rejected and skipped over storyline and character concepts that would have been, really cool to see, but were passed on due to timing, logistical, or just contractual and legal issues. Now, a Reddit user called Tales of the Trivial compiled a list of scrap storylines from seasons 1 to 5 of The Flash, just like they did with Arrow, which I went over a couple of days back. Now, some of this I am familiar with, some of it was sort of new to me, and some scrapped ideas aren't even included, and some I will change up that aren't 100% correct. I can't be 100% sure that the stuff I haven't heard about before is true or not, just going to have to take that with a grain of salt, but I will leave out the stuff I know isn't real, because there was some stuff in here that was just rumors. But I will leave the Reddit post linked in the description down below if you do want to go check it out and see what was originally posted, because, as I said, I won't be including all that's written there. But do let me know your favourite scrap storyline or, moment in the comment section down below, or maybe, make a top 5 or something. But of course, let's start from the beginning. Let's start with Season 1. Barry uses his forensic abilities to determine his enemies' weaknesses and defeat them. It was changed so the rest of the team can have a more active role in the missions. Iris is a psychology student interning at CCPD as a junior criminal profiler, changed to be closer to the comics. Originally, she was not in the pilot episode. She wouldn't have been Barry's adoptive sister. Originally, Caitlin's fiance was Cole Nimbus, aka The Mist. Hartley Rathaway is part of the team, has a friendly rivalry with Cisco, and is initially more concerned with salvaging his career than protecting the scene. Team Flash was too bloated as Caitlin and Cisco were already a part of it, so that's why he wasn't included. Joe was originally killed in the pilot episode, but that was changed because Jesse L. Martin, he was just too good. Now in the pilot we did see Barry use those cool forensic skills, which we all wanted to see more of as the season went on. But the showrunners back after, season 1 ended were just, honest and said it was just too hard to implement that consistently on the show. And they weren't, too sure in the future how much CSI work there would be. And even in season 1, there wasn't a ridiculous amount. They do talk about that on the commentary for season 1, I'm pretty sure, as well as just in a few interviews after season 1. Also, yes, Iris wasn't going to be in the pilot for the show. Granted, this was early development, but as the season would have progressed, she was going to be a girl that Barry just knew casually from school and stuff like that, and they were going to build a relationship from there. But I guess they felt it was easier just to go the way that they did to, skip over actual character development between the two. Not sure who made that executive decision. I think skipping out on the Mist as the pilot villain was the right move, as well as just, Caitlin's fiance. Weather Wizard Bros was the better choice, and making Ronnie Caitlin's fiance was the much better move as well. Fire and ice. But yeah, let's move on to Season Dose. Zoom is Earth 2's Barry Allen. It was changed because the writers fell in love with the Jay Garrick Hunter Zolomon twist. Jay is not Zoom, but a roguish speedster from Earth 2 who joins forces with Barry to stop Zoom. They clash at first, but slowly become friends, and Jay grows into a true hero. He would still hook up with Caitlin, changed due to the Jay Hunter twist. Patty was supposed to stick around, learn Barry's secret identity, and join Team Flash. She would have likely been promoted to the main cast in Season 3. Iris would actually date her editor Scott Evans for a while, since Barry and Patty were not supposed to break up so soon. Ronnie was supposed to stick around, but had to be killed off and replaced by Jax when Robbie and Mel couldn't commit to Legends of Tomorrow. The real Jay Garrick was originally planned to be Earth 3's Eddie Thorne rather than Earth 3's Henry Allen. And as we saw in Season 2, Zoom and Barry had major similarities. Both had their mothers killed essentially right in front of them for the most part, and their fathers sent to jail. But one went into the light, that being the Earth 1 Barry, and the other into the darkness, that being, Zoom. In regards to Patty, it is true that she was meant to stay for much longer than she did. Really, her exit from the show felt really abrupt and random. It actually didn't really make sense when you look back at it. And they were going to play out the romance between her and Barry like it is in the comics. The actress who played her was cast in the show's Shooter. I'm not sure if that impacted her leaving the show or not. And Robbie Amell, who played Ronnie, has confirmed he was only killed off as they wanted Firestorm to be a thing in Legends of Tomorrow, and he couldn't just commit to that role. But now it's time to go on to the infamous Season Tray. The writers admitted they did not fully plan out the season, resulting in many forgotten plot points like the Star Labs Museum, Savitar's plans for Jesse, and the appearance of Accelerated Man, etc. Mirror Master and Top were meant to replace Snart and Rory as the leaders of the Rogues, but fans didn't really respond to them, and Grey Damon was cast in a movie shortly afterwards and had to be written out, axing the new Rogue storyline. The rival was at some point considered for a recurring role as Wally's own speedster rival, while Savitar would be Barry's. Julian was supposed to struggle against Savitar's influence in the return of Dr. Alchemy throughout the season, but never really did after Team Flash freed him in the mid-season finale. Now, it comes as no surprise that Season 3 really wasn't planned out properly. It becomes pretty jumbled and all over the place, everything after, I would say, episode 15 or 16. The main confusing part was the setup around Jessie Quick and the plans Savitar had for her, as well as, I guess, the Star Labs museum bit. I think producers talked about this after Season 3 ended, but nothing actually happened in the season and sort of left us just a bit, confused. In regards to Julian and Dr. Alchemy and the struggle there, Tom Felton, who played Julian, did speak at a convention about Dr. Alchemy and how there was supposed to be more of him and some sort of return of the character, in regards to Alchemy. But there was a creative change later on. I don't know. I guess it just plays into the whole thing about how Season 3 wasn't planned out properly. But maybe this was also due to him working well on Team Flash. I don't know. It is hard to tell, as that was never really explained. But yeah, let's get on to Season 4, or Season Quattro. Julian and Tracy Brand were going to be promoted to main cast in Season 4 before Tom Felton ultimately decided not to return, and Tracy was replaced by Harry. Big Sir was supposed to return later in the season and figure into DeVoe's plan somehow, but never did. Amunet was envisioned as a secondary antagonist with her own team of metahuman henchmen, but was slowly changed into more of an anti-hero with only one notable henchman, Norvok, aka Snake Eye. There were rumours about a two-parter set on Earth 3 exploring Jay's backstory and introducing his mysterious female protege, but that did not come through. So just to start off with that last one about the two-parter on Earth 3, that is literally just a rumour. There's no concrete behind that at all. Season 4 was the only season we have had on The Flash where basically everything was planned out before they started filming. I'm guessing this was due to, Season 3 not having that and sort of being the opposite. This including rough mock-ups of what each episode would be like and all of that. From what I know, the only thing that was up in the air was the fate of Ralph Dibny. He was always going to be taken over by DeVoe, but whether he survived that whole debacle would be decided on fan response to the character, and the majority of fans enjoyed the character, so we know that he survived. Now, Tracy Brand was actually replaced by Harry, Earth 2 Harry, from what I know, due to, Tom Cavanagh being Tom Cavanagh. And Tom Felton, there are a lot of rumours around his departure. It's never been fully confirmed why he left. Some say that the showrunners and people behind the show were sort of annoyed after he took a role in a play which was going to disrupt his prep for Season 4 and maybe even collide. Tom himself has talked about wanting to come back to the show, and I wouldn't mind that. I didn't mind Julian, and I think, with possibly Cisco, maybe even Joe or another character leaving, maybe Julian can come back on the show. He worked well with the cast, so why not bring him back? And Amunet having her own sort of rogue sort of group was supposed to happen. From memory, it was in the details for the character before Season 4 even started. It was one of the main things that she was going to have some group of some sort. I'm not sure why they didn't go with that. Maybe time issues, or maybe they just didn't want to cast another group of metas because, the bus metahumans were connected to DeVoe. They really couldn't be connected to Amunet, so maybe they didn't want to bring any more villains of the week to connect to her. I don't know. And finally, we have the current season, that of course being Season 5. There were rumours that Sue Dibny would be introduced as a digital influencer who teams up with Iris for a new project. Considering there's been a digital influencer, Spencer Young or Spin, and Iris is embarking on a new project, the Central City Citizen, there was probably some truth to that. Cicada was originally going to have a wife and daughter, as hinted in the deleted scene or end scene from Season 4, which was included in the Season 5 trailer at Comic-Con. In regards to Sue Dibny, I know for a fact that there were plans to possibly bring her in last season, so Season 4, but due to the weighing up of Ralph's survival, that didn't happen. That crossed over into this season where I don't know specifically if she was going to be an influencer like Spin was, but they do want Sue to be a thing on the show, as Ralph and Sue are such a strong couple in the comics, and I think the show wants to just, show that. But they might be actually waiting for the right time and place to go about that. We'll have to wait and see. And with the Cicada actually being a father rather than an uncle, I'm not too sure why that was changed. They still could have it that his wife died and his daughter ended up like Grace. But maybe they wanted to show him being in a rut in his life before Grace was there, then Grace enters it, it gives him some light, and then this whole meta incident takes place, which potentially takes all of that away from him again and possibly puts him back in that rut. So maybe that's why they went that way instead of making him like a proper father with a daughter and a wife. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video, show support. Let me know in the comment section down below which of these storylines was all, little character concepts and stuff, caught your eye the most and thought, oh, that would have been interesting to see. Let me know any of them in the comment section down below, which was your favorite, or maybe list, as I said, like a top 5 or something. As I said, the link to the actual original Reddit post will be in the description down below. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.